This training video will cover the posting of overtime for team members. So to navigate to the application, you're just simply going to look for TM overtime, and that will display the dashboard that for administration purposes it's broken up into three categories, or three sections I should say. The first section here is all of the current active overtime posts that are currently available. Below that are all of the team members who have signed up for the post. And on the right of that gives the administrator the ability to mandate overtime and to take a look at team members' postings. And this is pretty much what the team members will see when they log into the mobile app or they have access through their computer. What you will see on the right-hand side will be what they will see. So let's get started here. So the first thing I do is we've made a determination. We know what positions we need, and we know the number of individuals we need. So we're going to go ahead here and we're going to put in a posting. This will default to a Thursday at 9 a.m. if it's put in between a Sunday and a Wednesday, assuming postings will go up Monday or Tuesday. So let's go ahead and we'll continue along with this week, just regarding that it's a holiday, but this one says Thursday the 24th, so we're going to post for a position on the Friday, which would happen to be the 25th. And the spot we're going to look for is, let's go with Toyota Glass Front Channel. So we'll post for this position, and we'll say we need three. We'll do a Friday, so we'll say we need 4 people at night for that particular position. Okay, so we'll hit save and next. And now we're going to post for a different position on the Saturday. We'll say that on the Saturday we're going to go for the 320B, and we're going to take 3 positions for days, 3 positions for afternoons, and 2, and 2 positions for nights. So we have that posted, and now we'll do Sunday. We're going to take a different process here again. We'll do a door weather strip, and we'll say we want 5, and we'll do nobody at night. So that will give us 3 positions, overtime positions posted for. I can do save and back, and that'll bring me back up here. And then you can see that populates on the right-hand side what the employees would see when they log in for their overtime posting. So back to this section here, you can see what it will do is it will group these, color code these wise, just by simply clicking on the day. Obviously this is it's the same sorting features just by simply clicking on the row header. In this particular case, it will sort all your Fridays, your Saturdays, your Sundays. It will quickly color code them here as well, so that you get it after a period of time you'll get accustomed to those colors, and you'll understand exactly what you're looking at. So here are the positions that have been posted. The number sequence that you see here, the number to the far left is the number of people that you're looking for in that position. The center number is the number of people, or the number of team members who have signed up to that particular position. And then the far number to the right is the number of people that have been awarded that position. So what we're looking for ideally is we're looking for the 2 on the 2 end numbers to match, and that indicates that you've filled that number requirement there. And we'd like to get that center number as high as possible to give us more flexibility. So that's basically how you read this. And then again, continuing across, this will give us a total number of people who signed up for this position on Sunday, both days, afternoons, and nights, and then it'll give you the total number available and then the total number of awarded. And this again is we're looking for the requests and the awarded to say that, hey, the entire day is covered. We have more than ample requests coming in. We have more than enough. We have more than enough availability coming in to meet the requests, so there shouldn't be any issues with the award. So that's just a quick overview that you could check after the posting. You can watch that live. Those numbers will be live, just giving you some indications as to how well the posting is going. So that's how we cover creating a post. Now that those positions are available, it's now up to the team members to go ahead and post to those, obviously. So as they log into the system, they navigate over to the overtime posting, and we have a couple of features here that are available to administrators, superintendents, and managers, and that is the ability for them to select a team member to pick on their behalf or to award mandated overtime. So the section that you're going to see here is this drop down, which contains all of the team members' names and numbers. And you'll also see down here the ability to change the status of the request if you're going to make it awarded or mandated. So if this was somebody has come to you and you know that somebody wants to, you're going to assign them that and they're going to be awarded that spot, you would just pick awarded. But if it's a mandate, then you just pick the mandate. Wouldn't necessarily make sense that you put denied in here because being an administrator, I don't think you'd be in that position. So let's go ahead and let's fill a couple of these spots here. So let's get someone who we know that doesn't match any of those positions that's there. So we'll go with Bradley. So we'll pick Dan Bradley here. And now what we'll do is we'll pick some shifts for Dan. This is what Dan would see. So he's going to take a days, and he can either pick an 8 or a 4 hour, make himself available for 8 in the day, 8 in the afternoon, and then we'll give him the afternoons on the Sunday. We'll put him in for 8 hours. So we'll save that information here. That's going in just as a request. This again is simulating that Dan is doing this himself. That information goes in, and we can now look on the left-hand side. We can see that he has signed up for 3 shifts. This color coding scheme, where you see the green, that indicates that's an 8-hour shift. If you see a blue, then that blue would indicate a 4-hour shift. And then if you see that orange would show up on this column here. It means that the current process, the team member's current process, matches the overtime process. So you definitely have someone qualified for that position. So we'll go ahead, we'll add a few more here, and then we'll show you how these are awarded. Okay, so we have a number of records in the system now to show you how to start signing people up. There's a number of ways that you can do this, and again, it depends on just exactly what fits best for your workflow. So the first thing you can do is start by searching with the day of the week that you have, which is the first Friday. So if you did a search for Friday here, these are your Friday shifts that you need to fill. So here's the process here. The shift, you have the team member that has applied for it, and you have their seniority listed here. So if we are going through this list here right now and we're looking for an individual, we can see that Renee has signed up for this spot. It's orange, indicating that she is definitely qualified for this spot. And if we make sure that we have the sorting on properly, we would also now see that she actually has the highest seniority here. So again, don't forget to take a look at this, because this can get out of sorts. If you happen to click on a different column, say for example the name, you can see you could get quickly fooled if you don't pay attention to that. So making sure that we have the sorting set properly, we'll just save that sort order as we go forward here. So we can see that we have someone who has the highest seniority, and just by chance they happen to match the overtime process. So we can go ahead with that, and we can award that position to this individual if that's the way the workflow goes. So what we'll show you what that would look like if we log in here as Renee. So here's Renee, and it will show this. This is in fact the only one that she has signed up for. So it looks like we can certainly go ahead and give that. So clicking on the status position here, a double click there, we're going to award that position to her. And when I hit this save, you will see that this will immediately go green, and it will be locked out, that she will not be able to change that. So we hit save, and now you can see that that has turned green. She's not able to select that. She is able to change other ones. However, she's locked into that overtime position. Now, these positions would most likely, when you're at this stage of awarding overtime, these would all be locked. So right up until the Thursday at 9 a.m., these positions are all open, and anybody can go in at any time and switch it from an open to a closed shift. To show you what that would look like if I said that I was going to be available 8 hours here, and I'm going to save that. So now what happens is I want to change that, so I can go in and I can just simply cancel that. And when I hit cancel, that brings it back to an open spot. So we record that, so that information is recorded that they did select the 8 hours and then they did cancel it later. So for any grievance purposes or anything like that, that information is stored. So now we see that she's been awarded that position. What we're going to do now is with Kathy and Tyler, obviously they're not able to take those spots. So I can do a shift or control, select all the ones that I know that are going to be denied, and then I can do a find and replace here, and I can say find everything now and deny it. So I'm going to deny all the other shifts. It's very important that you're using the replace selected and not replace all. So I've selected 2. That's what I'm going to replace. I'm going to replace those 2. It's giving me another warning, so now they've been denied. So if I was to log in as Kathy, you'll see that that turns up in red. So red indicates that that position has been denied for her. She's not able to change that. However, she is, as I said, able to change other positions. Now again, once you're in this stage, that probably wouldn't happen because this would be locked down anyway. So that's the Friday shift. So now we go with the Saturday. We'll fetch the Saturday, and these are all of the positions that I want to fill on Saturdays. Okay, so again, now we've sorted these by seniority. So what you can take a look at is you can say, okay, Ron has signed up. Ron's current process is the 03 line, and he's looking for an overtime shift on the Toyota line. So what we're going to do is we probably want to take care of Ron to see what else he's signed up for. So we can go ahead and type that in and see what just exactly. So Ron, looks like Ron signed up for 1 overtime shift today, and that's the day shift. So the Saturday. So we want to make sure we have a good understanding of what else we're looking at before we award these positions. And we can go back at any time and switch them around. If you've awarded it on one position, we can switch it to another position. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go and we're going to take a look at that. We're going to see Ron is applying for that position. But through this whole process, we've discovered that his current process is an 03, which just happened to be an 03 position here. So we may want to consider a mandate here depending on whether or not we have enough people to cover the shifts. But let's take a look at what that looks like. We can see the entire request just by clicking on the eye. And that's going to show us what we have. And what we have right now is, again, we're back to our original request. We're looking at the date, the closing, the process, and then we have 2 reports here. The first one is all team members who've posted to this position. Now, again, we know that doesn't mean that that's the position they're going to get and that's the only one they're going to work on. We're saying that that's the one that they selected when they signed up for overtime. So if we look at that, we can see we have Tyler signed up for a day shift and an afternoon, but we can also go down here and we can see that Ron Atkins signed up for this particular shift. So on this particular day. So what we'll do, let me see if I can adjust that a little bit. Okay, so what I did there, just I brought in the shift there to show you that on this Saturday, Ron is signing up for a day shift on the Saturday. And we can see that, in fact, we do have 3 day positions that have not been filled because we have 2 here that are still open. So we're going to want to go ahead and probably move Ron, mandate him to that position. So we're going to put him on a days, afternoons, because he has that training. So we're simply going to go to the dashboard here, and we're going to search for Ron. And there he is. And there's that afternoon spot, and we could see that he didn't, our day spot, we see he didn't pick his own process, but we're going to mandate that spot. So we're going to take an 8-hour shift there, and we are going to take this request and we're going to make it a mandate. And now that we've done that, we're going to see that that's going to come back as blue. Now, blue indicates that that's a mandated shift. If it was green, it would be an awarded shift. They freely picked it. If it was red, it would be an indication that they are not, that the shift has not been awarded to them. So there's Ron now. Ron has been mandated, and he's now filling in that position. And then a quick refresh of the dashboard would show that when we go into that extrusion line and take a look at that, we can see right here that he's been in that position, he's been mandated, and it shows right here that we filled one position out of the 3, and we have 2 people who've signed up for that day position again, the Ron and the Tyler. So now we know that we filled that. We could take a look at Tyler's history to see if Tyler has the qualifications for that. So this shows the training guides issued, if any, to this team member on this process. So we can look at this and we can see that there are no training guides here whatsoever that match this extrusion 03 line. So he's never been on this line. If he had, those records would appear right here, and it would just simply show his current process, which would be the Toyota glass front channel, and then it would show the training guides for the 03 line and the date they were issued, and in fact whether they've been completed or returned or canceled. So that again should help you in making that decision. And if you look and you see that, yes, I do see a training guide, I do see this guy is qualified for this position, then again it's just a simple click here, select awarded. There's a save button that will show up here. You can save that, and now he's been awarded that position there. And again, it's the same situation. Sorry, I think I picked the wrong individual there. Tyler. Yeah, no. So that's the position I put him on. And again, you would have to judge whether you want the day shift or the afternoon shift to have him there. And now back to the dashboard. And that is a brief overview of how the overtime scheduling will, how it will work. And then we'll work on generating reports that can be posted to reflect what has been awarded or not. Thank you.